Hello Internet, welcome to Bazzle Spot Live. It is Friday, we are here with this wonderful team. I say wonderful, you know, it's not that good really, but I mean, I can't complain about it because I've already got a decent amount of championship points using this team from the Anaheim Open and the Liverpool Regional, so that is its claim to fame, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Battle Spot again, VGC 17 again. Hope you enjoyed Battle Spot doubles on Wednesday. But we're back to VGC 17, so yeah, I hope you like the alternation. I hope you like the variety, I suppose. Although two formats is not exactly a variety, is it? But anyway, let's be quiet, Barry, because I'm sure BattleSpot is going to provide us with an opponent. There you go. So we find someone from the United States called Fishuman. Okay. Alright, so this is actually interesting. I've not seen like rain with Formosa before. Well, I mean, I probably have. I'm sure I have, but it's not something that I have played lots of times. Because normally I would go Smurgle Circuitry here, but I'm a little bit scared of that Formosa. I'm actually a little bit scared of him leading Katana and Coco as well, to be honest. He doesn't have to go with his rain mode. I'm going to go with Smurgle and Circuitry. I'm obviously going to take my Tapu Lele here too. But who else do we want? Who else do we want? Like, I know I've used Drifblim quite a lot in these videos. But I'm looking at it now thinking, yes. I like your big balloony look in this match. Just because it gives me, like, Tailwind. It gives me something faster than Formosa as well. But I don't know. I don't think I really want Arcanine here. You know what? Let's go with Drifblim. Drifblim in the back. Let's have a Drifblim in the back. Why not? We've got Lele in the back. So I don't know. I don't think he'll lead with his rain here. He has got his own. He did have his own Tapu Lele, didn't he? So he has got switch-ins for Fake Out 2. Okay, Pelvic Katana. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Which one is, like, which member of his team is likely to have a Z move on it? Formosa, maybe. Katana, maybe. I suppose both the Tapus could do as well, and the Golduck is bound to have one as well, actually. So maybe it's not a Z move on the Katana. I think I'm going to fake out into the Pelipper, and I'm not going to try and Tail Glow here. I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Kartana, because this should be a 2-hit KO. This might be Lele coming in. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's not too much of a problem because I'm not going for the fake out into the Katana. It just would have been nice to break the sash on the Pelipper. Just because he's got lots of Pokemon on his team that have potentially got Z moves, I'm thinking that maybe this Kartana does not have a Z move on it. Oh dear, Barry. That was not a nice assumption to make, was it? So we're probably going to be losing Circuitry here, which is not good. So that was a completely dead turn, but we do know that the Katana doesn't have a Focus Sash on it now, which is nice. We can... I'm going to put in my Tapu Lele here as well. If he brings in his Coco in the future, that means we're not getting our own burden boost. But would he have his Tapu Koko as well? So he's got Pelipper, that and that. Would he have not brought his Golduck? Maybe. Because, like, I can just Spore the Lele here. But if that is Coco coming in, I think I just have to hope he hasn't got his Tapu Koko, to be honest. and hope that this Psychic does knock out the Kartana. Because it isn't Focus Sash. So there's no Coco coming in, so now I need to hope this Psychic does knock out the Katana. Which it does, okay. And Smeargle is faster, which is fair enough. You never really know which is better. Like if your Smeargle is faster or slower, because if he gets a move off first, they've got a guaranteed sleep turn next. If you're faster, they don't get their move off this turn, but they can maybe make a better move on the turn earlier that they do wake up in the future. So, you know, who knows? And he has got his Tapu Koko. Oh, okay. Okay, Tapu Koko. Right. Well, now we're in a little bit of a precarious position, aren't we? Because because I've got my Drifloon in the back. So I am actually just going to go for a follow me here and bring Drifloon in. So Drifloon doesn't really care too much for Dazzling Gleams. He's probably going to go for a Thunderbolt into that slot, so I'm just going to make sure he does it into the Smeargle instead. Tapu Lele could wake up here too. So we just go for a Dazzling Gleam actually. And that is a boosting item, yeah. That's a Life Orb. Now if I switch my Smeargle into Tapu Lele, Drifblim won't get the boost this turn. So, do you think he Thunderbolts the Drifblim here? Or do you think he just Dazzling Gleams again? I'm going to go for a Spore into his Tapu Koko, and I am going to bring my Tapu Lele in. So obviously hoping his Tapu Lele stays asleep here. If he does go for a Dazzling Gleam, fair enough. You know, nothing's going to sleep. He might just go for a Thunderbolt into one of these slots. No, he just Dazzling Gleams. Okay, so I could have wide guarded there, but the reason why I wasn't so big on wide guarding there was because if Smeargle goes down, I can get a switch into my thingy. Oh, that's a lot of damage. My Drifblim now. Okay, well, game over then. If Tapu Lele survive, I mean, I felt like we've been obviously since turn 1 we were playing this, you know, with such a disadvantage with only 3 Pokemon. That has to be Choice Specs Tapu Lele then, I guess. If my Tapu Lele had survived there, I would have felt pretty good because a Psychic would knock his Tapu Koko out from here. I could disable his Dazzling Gleam because he probably would have been Choice Locked in some way. But I don't know. I suppose I needed him to be Choice Locked and for it to not knock my Lele out there, I suppose. So we'll just forfeit. You know, we'll save time. We'll see if we can maybe find a couple more. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know. That was an assumption that didn't go well for me turn 1, did it? I mean, I could have gone for a Follow Me, I suppose, but then I'm at risk of him tailwinding and all the rest of it too. Didn't know if he did have Pelipper in the back or not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's frustrating, but I don't know, maybe that just shows some of the holes in this team, really, but I don't know, like, looking at that rating, it's actually really bad. Terrible, terrible rating with this team so far. So hopefully we can win 2 more games in this. Come on, I want people with high ratings. But this guy, again, has actually got a pretty nasty looking team. I mean, this actually looks like, the Porygon aside, it's not even a Porygon 2, the Porygon aside, this actually looks really, really nasty for this team. Mimikyu and Lele and Snorlax is very, very problematic for me. So, I think we'll go Smeargle Kartana, actually. Definitely with Lele in the back. And with Xurkitree in the back as well. And, hopefully this will be a quick game, even though this does look really nasty for me. And then we can look for a third game as well. But yeah, first game. So he did have Bloom Doom on his Katana. I mean, just so many Pokemon on his team like commonly have Z moves, so I just thought, well, the chances are maybe slimmer that he doesn't. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's not dwell on it. Let's just have a disconnection. Okay. So he led with Finian Garchomp, which is interesting. So Katana had a good matchup there. I would have probably gone for a fake out and maybe even a sword stance. But yeah, I mean, we're still connected. So just like that, we're getting some points back. So there we go. That was our second game. So looking for a third game today. Let's see who we get. Yeah, I mean, what would I have done that turn? Garchomp could potentially have Fire Fang. Tectonic Rage could potentially, depending on rolls, knock out Katana. So I guess in theory, Garchomp was the bigger problem for Katana. But we'll find someone with a better rating from Argentina now, which is good. So which one I would have faked out, I don't know. But look at this. We've got a Beware. Now, Mudsdale is a big problem for me, for this team. I hate Smeargle mirrors, but I think we're going to have to go with it. There has to be a Trick Room. Porygon, surely. So I'm going to go with Smeargle and Katana. But Katana is so important here for the Mudsdale. You know, Drifblim looks alright again. Like, I don't even really need Psychic Terrain for it here. So let's go with Drifblim without the Psychic Terrain. And Arcanine? This does mean, going with these four does mean that I do have to rely quite heavily on Katana to knock out the Mudsdale and the Porygon. So he's probably going to lead with his Smeargle and Porygon. So then I fake out and all that pummeling, but then he could have, yeah, and then he could have, you know, just double protect. In which case, that's not good. He will be getting Trick Room up, and would be in a bad position. He could be a Scarf Smeargle, actually, too. He really could be a Scarf Smeargle. But I'm going to try and fake out his Smeargle, and all that pummeling into his Porygon. And let's see how it goes. So if he has a faster fake out, or if he just double protects, both of those are quite probable scenarios. Alright. And both quite scary scenarios. So he flinched there, so maybe he was going for his own fake out. Maybe it was a speed tie there then. Or maybe he's just going for Follow Me, which is maybe the more likely option. But this Z move, unless it's a Focus Sash Porygon Z, which you never see, should knock out his Porygon. And then he doesn't have any options to Trick Room, which is nice, because that means that all of his Pokemon become so much more manageable. Yeah, so Porygon does go down. The Torkoal could be a problem, and if he's got Moody as well, that could be a problem if he gets speed boosts or whatever. So accuracy rose, but you know, no Dark Void, thankfully. Special defense rises, so no significant moves, no significant Moody boosts there. Torkoal is surely going to come out now, though. Yeah, so now, well, now what do I do? I mean, if I protect my Katana, and he has actually got Inferno Overdrive, then that would be very bad. You would think that the Porygon would have the Z move, though, wouldn't you, on a team like this? He could have more than one, though. And he's probably going to go for a Follow Me. So I'm going to... Ooh. I think I'm going to try and Spore into the Smeargle. But do I have anything safer to do here? Don't know if I do. I'm going to Protect. Or Detect, rather. I mean, we're still in awful Smeargle, probable speed ties and all the rest of it. So we just go for a Follow Me there, which is okay, because it means Smeargle has got a guaranteed turn to sleep the next turn. But I think we're okay here as long as he doesn't have Inferno Overdrive. If he does, then I'll get a switch into one of my Pokemon in the back. Okay, just Heat Waves. But the Torkoal would be very hard for me to take down. So as long as we don't get a burn here as well, I think we should be okay. Which we don't. So Smeargle stays asleep. He didn't have any Finnies or Cocos, did he? So I have got a very, very safe Spore into the Torkoal. Yeah, no thingies there. So very safe Spore into the Torkoal. He's probably going to protect it, but I'm just going to Sacred Sword into his Smeargle here, just because I want to take care of the Smeargle while I can. I know it's got a guaranteed turn of sleep this turn and all the rest of it, but Moody Boosts, all the rest of it, I don't want to be taking chances like that. He actually hasn't protected his Torkoal either. So Smeargle goes down, Torkoal goes to sleep, we'll see what his last Pokemon is, and we'll be on our way into a third game, basically. Unless it's Safety Goggles or Lumberry, which it could be. Maybe. No, it's not. like last week, you know. Oh, as long as it hasn't got a Vacuum Wave on his blooming Lucario. Alright, so Mudsdale comes in. So, again, this is quite tricky because I don't know, I suppose Drifblim could stall out Mudsdale with Will-O-Wisp and Disable and Shadow Balls. So Torkoal is still the problem. I'm going to Spore into the Mudsdale and just Sacred Sword. I'm at +2 now, aren't I? So this should do, you know, a good chunk into the Torkoal. Yeah, so he's not protecting his Mudsdale, so yeah, that is a good chunk. But he could wake up and knock both of my Pokemon out here. So this game is not over at all. He doesn't though. So now I can just go for a Follow Me, away, you know, from his close combats with Mudsdale, and knock out the Torkoal. So if I did lose both of my Pokemon there, I would have had Arcanine and Drifblim, wouldn't I? I think a combination of Bulldoze and Shadow Ball would have knocked out the Torkoal from there, but then it would have been just really my Drifblim versus his Mudsdale one-on-one. I think the only thing he could really potentially have to knock out my, or even hit my Drifblim would be Rock Slide, and so after a burn it would be doing nothing. Then I could disable the Rock Slide as well. So I think I still would have won this game, but it would have been a bit hairier. It would have been a bit more scary, obviously, but Drifblim would have done it for us. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter what we do here. We'll just disable his, or try and disable his close combat, but a Leaf Blade will knock him out first. So, and he might be Assault Vested too, so he can't maybe even protect on this. Yeah, so the game's over. So we are bounding on, leaping forth, galloping onwards into a third game of the video. So, you know what? You know, win or lose, it's the last one. In fact, this is probably going to be the last video that I do with this team. To be honest, I've been using it for a long time, so it's not the most exciting team for me to use, to be honest. And if it loses, then you know it's just a perfect showing for me why I should be using something else, to be honest, too. So, so let's do it. Our third game. Let's see how we go. I mean, because this team is kind of frail, does rely a little bit on reads, which is a trait of my teams, to be honest, and it is something that I quite like. But it does mean that games like the first game, where they can just whip out a Z move like that, and wow, I mean, not necessarily game over turn one, but bad, very bad position turn one. Oh, and this is actually I lost to a team a lot like this in the last round of the Liverpool mid-season showdown. Whimsicott, as well as Togedemaru, is the other thing that this team can't really handle at all. So this is not good. And again, a good reminder of, you know, what this team loses to. But, yeah, Whimsicott is very, very bad for me. Very bad for me. Very, very, very bad for me. So, I think we'll go with Smeargle and Kartana again, actually. I do want my Tapu Lele in this one, though. Because, you know, nature power and all the rest of it. And Drifblim, I do kind of like the look of too, but I do need one of these for the Celesteela. So I think I'm going to go with the Arcanine. Again, I'm taking both my Kartana and my Arcanine, which I never really liked doing. But we're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah, Drifblim doesn't really beat Celesteela 1-on-1. Not with Leech Seeds and, you know, all the rest of it. You know, could burn it, you know. Then what? You know, sit there and get its balloony goodness sucked out of it. So, he's bound to lead with his Whimsicott. And Tapu Fini, okay. Well, that's not too bad. Tapu Fini protects, switches, surely. It's facing down a Katana. I do fake out into the Whimsicott here, definitely. I'm just thinking, what do I do with my Tapu Kartana? He doesn't have Arcanine, so there's no really obvious, you know, Intimidate switches in here. He could be EV to survive a Leaf Blade and just attack. I'm just thinking, do I Leaf Blade or do I Sword Dance here? And I'm thinking I Sword Dance here. Worst case scenario with this is, well, actually, no. Yeah, so we just protect, which is fair. I was going to say worst case scenario with this is if he's got a Taunt on his Tapu Fini, taunts my Smeargle, then he can maybe Encore next turn, but I have got my Lily in the back. So I could bring that in to get rid of his Prankster moves, basically. So, yeah, dead turn from him, Sword Dance from me. Now, I can follow me away his potential nature power and go for... I mean, I can't stop him Tailwinding here, but I can just go for a Leaf Blade into his Tapu Fini, and that is what I'm going to do. Because if I knock the Fini out, it means I've got a bit more of a chance of getting good terrain control in the future. I was expecting Marowak to come in there, but instead, Crocodile is just being sacrificed. Intimidate, but the boost will put me back up to +2. We'll see if it is. If he goes for a Z nature power or just a normal nature power. It's Encore, okay. Which, you know, was kind of expecting an Encore at some point, weren't we? So that was another reason why I did go for a Follow Me, obviously. And Crocodile gets knocked out. So now, again, he can Tailwind. And it is Marowak now, okay. I mean, if I just Follow Me, Leaf Blade, I mean, I'm good with that, aren't I? I mean, I've got any... I suppose there's probably more options to me, but I don't really like any other of them. I don't like... I could Intimidate, but that doesn't really... Katana can't survive like a -1 for Levelets. Tapu Lele doesn't want to take anything. Unless he's got Taunt as well and like makes me struggle. Next turn, I'm okay sitting here, just sitting here going for a Follow Me and Leaf Blading into his Marowak, because I think a +2 a Leaf Blade should be a 2 at KO. I think. So does he Tailwind? No, he just Moonblasts. So probably losing Smeargle this turn. Yeah, that is a 2 at KO. And Brick Break on his Marowak. Okay, so Smeargle goes down. I obviously threaten with a Leaf Blade again into his Marowak. But he now has the option of going for a Z nature power into my thingy, which does scare me. So I'm actually going to put my Arcanine in. And I've got lots of options here. Like, I put this in thinking, okay, I can protect... No, not even that. I can put this in and use it as a bait, switch my Lily in for the Psychic Terrain, just so that he maybe doesn't switch anything this turn. You know, as he's looking at an Arcanine. Does he Tailwind, though? Because I could just Flare Blitz into the Whimsicott and protect the Katana. But does a Gigavolt Havoc knock out my Arcanine? if he swaps the Marowak into his thingy. A little bit scary. Well, I'm going to do what I initially thought and just use that as a bait. So I'm thinking that because he hasn't seen my Tapu Lele, he might not think I've got it. He might be more inclined just to stay in with both of these two. So now I'm switching the Lele in. So we'll see if he switches now. No, he just protects his Marowak. But if he does go for a Nature Power, then nothing is happening. Oh, not even a Nature Power, just a Moonblast. Okay. Okay, it's fair enough. But now we can switch. But would he have Moonblast and Nature Power? Probably not. So I am going to Psychic into the Whimsicott and just Leaf Blade again. Whatever he switches in is going to get knocked out unless he does have Nature Power, because like a Gigavolt Havoc from Whimsicott in Electric Training will knock out my Kartana from here. So that is the bigger worry, but I have still got my Arcanine in the back. So he tries to double protect and actually gets the double protect. So maybe he's trying to Tailwind here? Yeah, he does Tailwind here. Alright then. So now, is his Marowak faster than my Kartana? That is a question. So, that double protect actually has turned this game into a little bit of a precarious one. Has he got Tapu Koko? It is Tapu Fini. Oh, of course, we've seen Fini, haven't we? So, everything I was saying about Gigavolt Havoc there does apply to Twinkle Tackle as well. But this is a bit tricky now. This is actually very tricky now. Because Tapu Fini potentially can knock out my Kartana here. Like, especially if it's... Well, it's not a Specs because it's protected. Oof. Nasty. I think I'll try and Psychic into the Marowak. And... You know what? I'm going to Z Detect. Just because I don't need my all-out pummeling here. I'm at +2. So, Inferno Overdrive is the only other thing that I could have possibly needed my Z move for, but I don't think it's going to be too important here. Maybe I'll be wrong, I don't know, but just the evasion boost might be good for me here. Actually, my Tapu Lele is still faster than both of his Pokemon, even though it's got Tailwind up, which is fantastic for me. Yeah, okay, so... still in a scary position. Or not really, because I mean, a Psychic, okay, like, my Kartana has got some nice boosts, hasn't it? So it's a +2, or a +1 evasion as well, but I'm actually just going to switch it out into the Arcanine, because as long as, you know, I store out the Tailwind, Kartana can just come back in and Leaf Blade and win from there, really. So, yeah, okay, so fair enough. Yeah, Nature Power Whimsicott is actually a really big problem for this team. And if any of you guys want to use this team, you will find that out as well. But you know, 3 games. What a bumper week we've had. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you've been enjoying it. Next week, I've got something slightly more off the out of the ordinary to show you, I guess. It's probably going to go terribly, but, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? So, I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Stay tuned for next week. Subscribe, please. Please press that like button too. Please. Pretty please. Thank you. Goodbye for now.